Yes, of course. My name is Kobe Che. This is Get to Know exclusively today. We are at a very new environment, and I want to say a big thank you to everyone watching us today. I'm going to interview one gentleman, one man that I highly respect so much. I mean, growing up, sharing Facebook, needing the China or boy, helping our superstars, and of course, I want to remind you that he's played an integral role in building the Sarkodie brand. When Sarkodie started, the Sark Nation, he's been in the industry for a long time. And also, he's a banker. Surprisingly, you don't see these people who love entertainment going into the sector of banking. But surprisingly, he's trying as much as possible to build these two bridges together, to making sure that he helps himself, and that's of Ghana, the entertainment bit of it, and the banking sector, as far as money is concerned. Now he's up with a project that I think that it will be coming up September 1st, and so we came to have one-on-one discussion with him to know how the whole thing even came about, his personal life, and of course, an aspiring MP. Now, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing well, my brother. How are you?
Good to have you. I'm doing awesome.
I'm so proud of you. What you're doing is wonderful.
Thank you so much. Like I said in my preamble, we looked up to you when we were young.
Yeah.
Seeing what you've done for our superstars.
Yeah, you're also a superstar now.
Amen. Now, what have you been up to? Tell us briefly.
I've been quite busy, like you rightly said, supporting the community where I'm from. That is Saltborn and Infantiman Enclave. At the same time, pushing my profession as a banker, as a business banker. And a couple of things that I'm doing to support the economy so that I don't just become a spectator but a citizen. So on all those spheres, it's really kept me busy. And the other side is family business, of course.
Great. Now, for someone watching us for the first time, let's now focus on entertainment a bit before you even come to the business side of the banking. Now, for someone watching for the first time, give us an introduction about you coming into the music industry and the people you've worked with.
Okay, I will say I'll trace the way back to when my mom was actually an actress. She used to be part of the Dachi where you have K3, and it's not my middle was in Obra. So when I was a kid, I actually used to act, but my mom wanted me to go into the financial sector, so she was always pushing me to concentrate on my academics. But I still had that soft spot and passion, like I saw coming into the industry way back in secondary school. You see me organizing events. And even when I entered the university, I had the same thing. I'll buy big event, beauty pageants and all the street carnivals, and I organize it myself. I've always had passion for that. So I got an opportunity to produce with Dr. Duncan when he was at Adom FM. So that was the time that all this.
So which year are we talking about?
Wow, that's a question that. Let's say we are talking about around 2000. Yeah, around the year 2000. That was where we actually started that project. I think my brother Stephen Nkitia Sapon was already in there.
Okay.
And I done some visits in Holland. I came and he pushed me through. He's like my twin brother, It's very So that's when we started that project, and eventually we had to commercialize the talent that we brought in, and that is when I also realized I had to go online and learn a couple of things that the likes of Diddy and Dame Dash and the rest were doing in the American industry, because like Dame Dash is not like a musician, he handles the business side of the showbiz. So that was a role that we realized that I will play. My brother Stephen Nkitia Sapon could also possibly play, so that's how it all started, and it metamorphosed into brands. So we had the likes of Sarkodie come to the fore, we had the likes of D-Crime come to the fore. Guru came out of that section, but Guru wasn't under our record label, but he did some kind of, so all the guys, interestingly, and God being so good, managed to nurture properly into the showbiz space. So Guru, Stoneboy, D-Crime, like all those guys managed to do it. And all of them are actually award-winning artists, and I'm so grateful to God that he could bestow their blessing onto this guy. So that's just a quick brief.
Some of the things that really went into his upbringing as far as music is concerned, so that if someone is watching for the first time is also into music, they can take those advice.
I think it's to do with consistency. Consistency, sorry. If you practice something for a very long time, you master the art. And with Sarkodie, what we actually identified was uniqueness. That was one. Two, he managed to keep to the team for a very long time. And as young as he was, he was also ready to sacrifice. Sarkodie could actually play a free show. It doesn't matter how big it is, but you have new artists who will never play a free show. They'll be like, well, I have one hit, so I'm a superstar. Sarkodie didn't see himself like that. So Sarkodie was ready to sacrifice. It doesn't matter. If it's funerals, he would travel to Achimota and all those places to perform just to leverage and become popular. So when the popularity got out there, then he cemented his foundation properly. And that's why it's so difficult to sing somebody like Sarkodie, because he's really paid his dues in the industry. And like I said, he managed to keep the team. And up to now, he still works with the team. Stephen Nketia Sapon has been with Sarkodie for a very long time. Dr. Duncan is still around. Angel was always around, even though Angel wasn't like the road manager at the time. But Angel was like, Sarkodie is like friend, like body. Anytime we're going out there, we have to go with Angel. Angel, I'm so proud of him because he really learned the very hard way. Some of us actually left without doing handed over notes, but Angel picked the pieces, and I think he's doing very well. DJ Mensah, he's been around, he has the contact, he's pushing. So you can see that there is that consistency, but you have artists who are always changing management, and anytime you change management, you start from the foundation again. Because I will tell you, if you are my artist, you have the likes of, I don't want to mention some key DJs, but you have some key DJs in this country who play your songs for free. And you might think that they are playing your song because you are a hit. No, it's because they are playing your song based on the fact that you are Korsah-Brown's artist, and they know that when they do this favor for Korsah-Brown, Korsah-Brown also leverage to do something else for them.
Good.
You understand? So I think basically that's the reason why it's consistency and the fact that he's been able to keep the same team around him for a very long time. Hence, they practice, they make mistakes, they learn out of the mistakes, they remodel their style, and they hit the road again. That is why I think Sarkodie is out there.
Now, with the business aspect of it, he's a young artist or someone who doesn't joke with his brand and business.
Yeah.
So if you are to advise any young artists out there who has started music career, with them, you have to combine the music and business. To really make it a sense, like the business side of it and the music side of it. How will you advise the person?
Okay, so there is something called branding. And branding is not just being out there thinking you're popular, you are whatever. Branding is all about identification. So today, if I mention Kobiche, or if I say Kobiche, what is Kobiche noted for? Okay, so if Sarkodie is noted as Ghana's fastest rapper, how else can Sarkodie garnish it so that you can get not the appeal just from Ghana, but in the whole of Africa and the world? You understand? So it's all about identification. You need that identification, or the signature, what the guys will call signature. You need that signature first. Okay, once you're able to do that, you have to build corporate contact, because the showbiz is not just about popularity. You have artists in Ghana who are popular but they are hungry. Okay, and you also have artists who are very strategic. They will just have one hit song and they are eating throughout the year. My own artist D-Crime, he had one hit song. Okay, but because of the kind of brand, we branded him Ladies Man, we branded him whatever. So round the clock, he was making money, he was traveling around the world, but it was only one song. We're doing stories where the brand was active. Okay, so you need to, I tell people, it is show business. Don't just be concentrating on the show and forget about the business. And one thing is, irrespective of how high you get, stay humble. Irrespective of how high you get, stay humble. Because Sadiq has been putting stuff out as gatekeepers. I don't know how I even found myself in there, but there are people who actually get calls, okay, who other industry players will be like, oh, what's trending in your country? Who are some of the artists that you can recommend for this and that? Okay, and if you don't happen to be one of those artists who are humble, who are easygoing, who make sacrifices, it's difficult to recommend. You can imagine if PDD is having a conversation with Bill Gates. How is the conversation going to... He's not going to be like, I'm a superstar. No, he will humble himself because he wants to still learn the art. He wants to make more money. Okay, so humility is key. Okay, so the leveraging, like I said, is very important. You also need to make sure that you build a very strong team, because when it comes to music business, it's not just about friendship. You can actually build your friend to be a good music mogul. You can have artists who will take their friends as road managers, but they will never take their friends to school. University of Ghana does a lot of short courses on management and marketing. Just pay some thousand Ghana and put a person in there to learn the art, to come and add to your brand. It's not just about following me, show about, oh, Charlie 5K and the NG. No, that's not. The person is not like your trotro driver. So it's always proper we put it in context that as the person is adding something to your brand, equally you do the same.
Amazing, and that's some good education right there from Mr. Korsah-Brown. Now, I know you are doing the banking side, the business side of it, but I mean, you have been following the Ghana music industry.
Yeah.
I mean, the state of the Ghana music industry now, how will you rate it?
Rating from 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10.
Where 1 is the highest or 10 is the highest?
10 is the highest.
I'll give you 6. It's tough. I actually, there are so many things I actually wish we could do, but I think we should be able to take advantage of the corporate space. Ghana is very, very stable. We have very, very popular artists. Within our own, we need to be kings in our own space. Sometimes I drive through town and I see an endorsement done by Davido. It's in town. I think it's in Phoenix or something. I see Omotola did a commercial for, I think, Gando, one of the Gando products, and I asked myself, don't we have artists here who can do this? Okay, but it's all about positioning. Okay, don't always wait for those brands to chase you. No, that's why you need to also empower your manager. So if you have a manager who is also very proactive, can create that connect, you can create a proposal. Okay, and you have a product that, and especially new product, the companies want to push into the system. They want to leverage on popular brands to do that. But sometimes it's difficult to reach out because they're like, oh, these people are expensive. But you can give them a very good plan. If you are charging them a certain X amount of money, they can do an equity control or pay a certain percentage. You can spread the rest, or you put it in, a certain kind of partnership. They can sponsor your album, they can sponsor your videos. I think Shatta is doing so well with Storm, and you can see it all over. Now he has a show in Cape Coast. I wonder how much they are going to pay him. His videos, you see Storm in there, I think they are going to pay for his videos. So this artist can actually sit pretty and make so much money if he doesn't even play show for any other company. So it's very, very important we look at that space. And that is just for endorsement bit. And I think we also have to do a lot of socially active projects. See, there are a lot of money to be made from that space that a lot of artists are not even paying attention to. Climate change, SDGs. Now, Ghana has signed onto Africa, what's the name? Is it Free Trade or something? I think we are the secretariat, okay? And it's in Ghana. We are waiting for our people to come from the other West African countries to do music, but there is budget for that. They want to drive it across Africa. You do the song, you go to the secretariat, you push it. Yes, definitely make some money. They'll share it. It can even be a project that you say, okay, fine, throughout the African continent, you put it on air. Okay, it will increase your popularity. Through that, you even get shows and all that. So there is so much to be done, but what I see is recycling. People are just used to what they came to meet and they're just recycling. True. You understand what I'm saying? And there are a lot of opportunities. And I always tell people that luck is opportunity meeting action. Sometimes you are so hyped up, opportunity comes to bear, you have to take it. And I'll give you a typical example. Shatta and Stonebwoy, they have been on each other's neck for a very long time. And people always complain, and I tell people, you know what, it is showbiz. You go to America, it's there. You go to Europe, it's there. Even a small country like Holland, you have the same issues there. Okay, but how do you leverage on that to make your money? How do you leverage on that to make sure that you make the kind of impact you're looking at? Do you remember the Accra Tema beef those days? How to be Sarkodie versus Assem and the rest? It was so beautiful. You get what I'm saying? It's not like fight like people. No. It was a competition for a certain kind of space that didn't even exist. It was competition for supremacy, and that supremacy that time it wasn't existing. You understand? But they leveraged on it for the popularity to go up. Through that, we managed to push a lot of Tema artists out. Yawsiki came out through that, Stage A came out through that, Deep Crime came out through that. We had a lot of guys coming out through that. So it's so much within that space. But I think Ghana, as stable as we are, if we are well noted for our Ghana Black Stars, we are noted for our entertainment. Azonto was very, very big out there. There is always spotlight on Ghana. We have to take the advantage.
Nice. You have to take the advantage and let the opportunity. Now, why do you want to be an MP?
Well, it's the same thing. I believe that, from childhood, everything that I touch has been blessed.
Everything you touch turns gold.
Exactly. And I come from a town called Saltpond. That's where UGCC was formed. That's where Queen Nkrumah also started CPP. My great-grandfather, Korsah, made history, was the first black Chief Justice in the whole of Africa.
That's your grandfather?
My great-grandfather.
Your great-grandfather?
Yeah, wow. The old man. And we have a couple of people in the family also towing his lane. I decided to be a banker. I have corporate contacts. When I say corporate contact, I'm talking about companies that I work with and all that. I manage accounts. So I believe that me being able to get that political leverage, I can push those companies to my area. You go to a big place like Infantiman, and we don't have any large scale factory in there, and the place stretches from Mankisim all the way to Yamransa. It's a very big place. So every time people are just moving to Accra, nobody will come and lead us. We should be able to lead ourselves. So I'm just going to sacrifice and push myself in there. I know that people have confidence in me. I've been doing so many things with my own resources, and I know I will come out victorious. I'm still young. I'm so passionate about the place. I want to work like a bulldozer.
So which party are you contesting for?
Which party do you think I'll contest for?
I want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
CPP.
Rest in peace, Kwame Nkrumah. I'll do NPP.
But why NPP though?
So many reasons. I think.
Give me two major reasons.
Okay, so my mother is like a staunch NPP member, and I've lived with my mom for all this while. And two, the first political figure that I ever got in contact with was President Kufuor in 1996 in Saltpond. At the time he wanted to be president, so he came doing campaign there. So that I met President Kufuor, and I really admired the way he carried himself. This man is really a rich man, but he had a lot of poor people around him. He was very affable. All of us, he made time to talk to everybody. So I got a soft spot for NPP. I think I support a lot of their policies. Free SHS, 1D, 1F. I think it is more, they give human face to their policies, and that's what I like about the party.
Nice. What's your relationship with the youth around, the environs of Saltpond?
Part of them. Yeah, I do so much for them. I really love the youth in Infantiman. I believe the generation before us, they've come to do what they have to. We have to challenge and change status quo, and there is a lot of work we have to do in there. God has given us all the resources. We can't complain. We have water, we have electricity, we have all the natural resources on the ground. Plus, we have the human capital. Population is so vast, So now everything is upon us to make sure that we transform the place. And like I keep saying, nobody will come and do it for us. We can tell our own story. So I'm ready to lead the pack. I'm also youthful. I can take a journey with them for a very long time. I'm not saying I want to be an MP forever, no. But I'm sure we can do this together for a very long time and change the place.
Great. In our era where entertainment is playing a major role, I felt that Okay, so if you're entertainment, you have the entertainment background, what you can also do to also put in Fantaman. I mean, we have a lot of talent in there. Now, on the 1st of September, you're coming out with a show, which, of course, I've seen Sarkodie headline the show. What really motivated this decision of even having or hosting a concert there and even putting Sarkodie on?
Okay, so I'm talking about relevance here because the service sector contributes about 50% of Ghana's GDP, and showbiz, creative art, and all that is a subset of the service sector. It's one of the easiest business to go into. You know, you don't need to register and get so much capital to go into show business. And talent is given. God gives talent. That's what I always say. So if there are opportunities when it comes to talent exposition, why not? We have to go in there and support. And we have the leverage already. I have the contact with a lot of artists, you know. So it's a big show. We have more than 10 media houses coming to. It's a free concert. I've never charged anyone for, you know. If you have any corporate institution that want to come and support, they should come by. You know, we need products and all that to share to the people.
What time is the show starting?
The show will start 11. It's a beach event.
Oh, okay. So what time is Sarkodie coming on stage? I would love to see him. I mean, during the daytime, like beach.
Yeah, Sarkodie will come. Sarkodie, okay. Anyway, I wanted to keep this, but let me put it out. So Sarkodie will perform between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is when the beach will be really packed. Yeah, it's really.
Aside, I mean, them coming on stage to, I mean, doing their own things. Is there going to be any side attraction?
Yeah, we have a weightlifting competition. We call it Man in Fantaman. The maiden edition was last year. It went very well. Monkey Sim won. And this time I have my guys from Anumabo and Yamransa who are saying that they want to take it. But I have a couple of guys in Southport who are also very strong, and I believe they can pull a surprise.
I know those enclave very well because I competed squad in Kumasi.
Fanti Yankumasi. Oh, I know the place.
Senior high school.
Okay.
I really know Yamrasa, those areas.
But you know, that place is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. You know, you have a town like Mankisim, Salt Pond, Komante, Abanzi, Anomabu, Ijana 1, 2, 3. You have I've mentioned Anomabu already, right? You have Briwa, you have Asafra, Yamransa, Kobenansa, and Sanfo. Like, you have a lot of pockets of towns around, and they are so united, like very, very strong together. You know, so I always feel excited. Unlike here, you say, "Oh, they are Tema boy, we are Crab boy." No, that place they are Infantiman people, and they always work together. So that, like, this show is going to be staged in Saltpond, but you'll be surprised that a lot of people will come from Mankisim, and actually a lot of people are also coming from Accra because of the headline act.
I know.
You know,
I
so
it's
yeah, of course, and it's a huge stage, and I'm very excited for the artists, you know, who are in Infantiman. I believe the leveraging is going to be good, and yeah, they should take advantage of this opportunity.
Aside taking advantage, are we going to see something like someone from that environment who is very good collaborating with Sarkodie or having that opportunity to even have a song with Sarkodie?
Exactly, and that's one of the strategies. And since we started, we've gotten 2 artists to do a collaboration. We had Kofi Geisen do a song with Donzi, you know, which is doing very well in Infantiman currently. We had Tony Lita do a song with Stage A, which is also doing very well. Now we have some of the guys who are like dancers. They dance for some of these A-list artists now, you know. So it's actually one of the reasons why we take the artists there. But I'm looking more of a collaboration, you know. It's not like somebody featuring somebody. So it is also up to the up and coming artists to prove how much it's worth, because I know Sarkodie can pull a surprise anytime, you know. So you see how he did a BB
yes.
where exactly. So I know he can pull a surprise, but it's always up to them. You know, you have to. That's what I'm saying. You have to take advantage of this stage because there will be so much in there. You have a lot of big media houses coming, so you never know who will be watching you. Might land you in a management deal or record deal or something. So
we know politicians in Africa, for that matter. But I want to ask Mr. Korsah-Brown, after all this said and done, when you take the mantle to be elected into power as the MP for that area, is he going to continue doing this for the people of Infantiman, or that will be the end? Boss.
The question I ask myself is, what is going to stop me? That's the question I ask myself, because
of course you're going to be engaged with other stuff.
Okay, so this is what I see. I'm very comfortable in my space now. I've been doing banking for 14 years and I know the ins and the outs. This is a risk that I'm taking, and I'm taking a broader risk because I'm doing it for my community. Like I keep telling you, I'm so passionate and I know what we can do there. Kwame Nkrumah came to make history. Buzia did the same, Rollins did the same. Why not Korsah-Brown? And this is a new generation. We definitely have to get people to fill the history books. And I want to be one of them. I don't want to be those who will just pass through. And you can see that at any section or segment of my life, I've made a certain kind of history. See how we started Sarkodie, see how we got the awards, see how we started D-Crime, see what I've done in banking. So everywhere I touch, the blessing comes out. So I believe that Infantiman is going to be blessed. It's going to be a partnership thing, but we really want to put Infantiman on the map. It's not only Ghana, because I travel a lot. I want to create partnership between Infantiman constituency and other enclaves in America and UK and all that. So that partnership can always be there, so that we don't necessarily have to depend so much on the public purse for development. Once there is that partnership, we can have business people, we can mobilize business people from Infantiman, travel to the state to have conferences or seminars, to bring in FDIs and all that. Those are the kind of things we are looking at, and nobody can say it's impossible.
I want to say a very big thank you, for opening your doors for us, your office, for having this exclusive interview. I want to say thank you so much once again. God bless you. Your final words.
I always tell people that they shouldn't give up on their dreams. God hasn't given up on you, so don't give up on yourself. Keep pushing. And of course, I also say luck is when preparations meet action.
Thank you. So this is where we draw the curtains down. On the 1st of September, South Pond, we are bringing Sarkodie over the pond. Stage J, Star, no, and Calibos.
Tonight is the night, drinks for two. Open poncho, so I bring some juice. Remember, the best offer you can't refuse. And Kasakra, your body is the